Perfect. That's the thing about after putting handwork, I always gotta take my jacket off. It gets too hot. That's why I like sitting in the machine. It's pretty hard to tell. I just been moving a lot of dirt and just tracking it with the skid steer, so I can get dirt in spots that I don't have much dirt or I need to add, because my level is like, my grade in the lot is like off. So I've been moving a lot of dirt. Hopefully you can kind of see my vision. All this kind of looks like a mess, but it's gonna end up looking like that. And yeah, we're making some progress. Dense grade is finally coming in, so we can start coating some parts of the pump track. I still gotta finish a lot more stuff, like all this. I still need to shape it, impact it, but a lot of stuff like this, just a little bit of cleanup and then just cap it, which pretty excited. We are gonna start carrying dense grade and dump it in the pump track, well, a part of the pump track. And after that, we're gonna get the shaping, and then we're gonna keep building more lines. And the reason why I need to dump it right now is because if not, I won't have access to the middle part, the middle line, unless I cross part of the pump track. So let's get to that. It's very patchy just because it's really hard to get in some spots to the skid steer, like that spot right there, because it's behind the bowl, so I can access that part. But that's why I put a big pile right there. I can just kind of rake it in or shovel it in, and then this is really easy to rake and spread out. So let's get to that. So it is really easy to spread all this. It's actually quite satisfying. It's not like dirt that is really heavy. This kind of just is really crumbly, so really easy to spread or move around. That's why I like doing it by hand, especially because you get a better shape on it. But yeah, we'll just rake all this into place. Ah, it's getting hot. Ah. The other thing that I would like to add is, maybe you haven't seen it, maybe you have, maybe you already know this, but when I use a rake, I either use it like this or I flipped it over. When I want to get rocks or when I get more material, I use it like with the pointy things facing down. and you can dig into or clean rocks easier. But then when you actually want to just shape it or something, you can just like, I always flip it around and it gives you a really nice smooth finished pass. And it's easy to just be flipping over. It's really easy. That's just a tip, I guess. So this section is gonna be fun. It's gonna be like a rhythm section, open for triples from both sides. So it's gonna be pretty sick, or on and off into a berm. So pretty fun, pretty fun. So this is how it looks. I just spread the whole dense grade out, shaped it, make sure it's ready for compaction. It needs water, but it's supposed to rain in a couple days. Oh, I'm sorry, it's supposed to rain tomorrow. So let's work with Mother Nature. So in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and all this dirt, we're gonna close the dense grade. So put dirt all the way to the trail to make sure this doesn't erode, because this over time, if rain falls, it will start eroding and chipping, and then we'll have like a hollow point in the pavement. So this is it. I brought the machine here. I'm gonna go ahead and spread this out, make it a nice slope, make sure it's gonna drain out of my trail and I'm not gonna have any puddles. And I'll go ahead and do the same thing in the middle with handwork. You just shovel some dirt, closed, make sure I close the dense grade, the gravel, so it doesn't erode in the future. And then we'll put seed and hay on it, just so we can start getting some grass growing on. And I'll show you how I do this, and I'm gonna do the same for all over the place. So that's what I do. So now this is how it looks after this. After doing it with the machine, I check, make sure my grade is good. I'll double check everything with a laser, but right now, like by just checking with the eye, I can tell that yeah, it will drain. It's kind of flat right there, but as soon as you give water a pathway, it most of the time just drain. And just cut my edge on the trail. These clumps of dirt is the only thing I hate about clay. It clumps and then it just like rocks. But I just cut my edge on the trail, get it off. These little touches, it's kind of hard to do with the machine. Not impossible, but I just feel like it takes more time to do them in a machine when you can just hop on, grab a rake for literally 2 minutes and just dial it up like this stuff. And that's all I do. And now it's ready for Mother Nature to give us some water, and then we'll compact after that. But this is what I did today, all around the trail. Close off all the gravel, the dense grade, and make sure it's all good for pavement. You can see how I leave the edges close, the dense grade. So I leave it like here, you can see this, and then you can see this. So I'll bring dirt up to here, and then it will look like this. So I won't have any erosion in the future. Sometimes you don't have to think about, oh, it won't happen nothing for in a month, but it eventually will. In maybe 5 years, 10 years from now, erosion starts gonna happening, it's gonna start digging underneath your pavement. Here, a drainage there, and a drainage in my bowl. So I'm gonna do all that today, and hopefully I can get to shape all this line, put dense grade, and shape the dense grade, so then when it rains I have a lot of stuff that I can finish, because then after that it's not raining for a while, I think, and I don't want to be watering because I feel like it's a waste of time. This is how it looks. It just took me about, what, I don't know, 5 minutes. So let's go and grab our pipe. Always make sure you put enough fall on it. This one is about 10 feet, probably around 12. So at least give yourself like 2 inches. Again, it has to be 1 inch every 8 feet of fall. I went ahead and measured it. Now I'm just gonna cut it with a sawzall. So now we'll just take it to our drainage spot. Perfect. That's the thing about after putting handwork, I always gotta take my jacket off. It gets too hot. That's why I like sitting in the machine. The little rock houses around the pipe, they're nice and done. Now we're gonna start just pushing a little bit of dirt here and there in both sides, and then we'll just cover the pipe. Well, I push a little bit dirt here and there just so it doesn't move, because they move a little bit. So just to get them tight, and then we'll fill the pipe. So that's how it is now that we bury it. And I'm just gonna shape over this drain. So I finished the dirt shaping for this area. It's kind of rough, but it's really packed, really good, and the dirt was super, like a lot of clumps in the dirt. It has a little bit of a turn right there, and then I'm gonna cap it. I don't have time to cap it today. It's already too late. It's about to get dark in about an hour, but I have to get off and go ride their bikes. But before the rain, this is the update. So we're waiting for this to get wet so we can compact it. My goal was to cap that with a dense grade today and put the drainage in the bowl, but we'll leave that for tomorrow. I'll cap this tomorrow. I can work when it's muddy like that and build a drain and put the drain in the bowl. Rain worked great. Now it's ready for compaction. It's nice and moist. Let's compact. This was just perfect. Looks really good. The next step is gonna be to have to bring dirt all the way to the edge of the gravel, like right here, and close it to make sure we don't have any erosion in the next years. But take a look. Look, I'll give you a little show around just how everything is. Oh, sorry. So yeah, just basically shaped it and then compacted. It's really well compacted. I give it a lot of passes. Whenever I stopped the video, I went ahead and gave it more passes. I just didn't want to have a super long video. But this is how the Pumptrack is looking. This is like what I mean by closing the dense grade. You put all the way to the edge of the gravel, and then you don't have those hard edges of gravel. The next thing we're gonna do, since I don't like shoveling wet dirt because it's more heavy, I'm gonna go ahead, and I still need to compact the berms. They're just a little too sticky, so it's hard. So I'm gonna put the drain and the bowl, and we'll cover all that.